All right, a very big welcome to you, my awesome listeners and viewers from all over the world. Thank you for joining me on another great episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth, with Ben Jokes. Bayelsa Governor Duoye Diri, 17 lawmakers resign from PDP. The Bayelsa State Governor Duoye Diri has announced his resignation from the People Democratic Party. He made this announcement through his chief press secretary, Daniel Alabra, who communicated the developments on his Facebook page on Wednesday. Now, yesterday, it was Enugu State Governor Peter Mba who dumped the PDP and joined the APC. And I did say that I expect many more defections from these governors and even other lawmakers. At this point, there is no governor or lawmaker that will decamp to the APC that will shock me. Members of the political class are all together. They stick together. They work together to continue to punish and exploit the people. How I wish the people can also come together like this. Because there is only one thing that is binding these politicians together, and that is their interest in how to make more money, interest in how to further loot the treasury together. But when it comes to the people, we allow several things to divide us, things that don't benefit anybody. If the people can keep aside their sentiments the way the political class are keeping theirs aside, the people can unite and demand good governance. And I am telling you, they will very well get it. But if the people continue to allow sentiments to drive their decisions, then the average man will continue to suffer. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that one coming out of Kwara State. This move by the Emir of Kwara State shocked Nigerians. And next is that very big one coming from a mayor of the United States. This mayor completely humiliated the Tinubu administration, disgraced Nigeria, and rubbished all our claim that we are the giant of Africa. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video.
Let me start by telling you that the PDP is not even shaken or even bothered by all these induced crisis within the party. I said induced crisis because we know it is the voice of Jacob and the hand of Esau. What is happening within the party is something that is coming from outside the party, using some instruments within the party to create some type of confusion and chaos. But let me state clearly that the party is not domiciled in the headquarters of the party. We only have issues of leadership, but not the workings of the party within the states. And I can assure you that the defection of Mba to APC has not, it will not rattle the PDP because he is swimming against the tide. Enugu State, from 1999 to date, has always been a PDP state. And if you take a look at Mba's election, he did not even win the election. It's the Labour Party that won the election in Enugu State.
Do you have facts to that effect?
Which is well known.
Do you have facts to that?
Yes, there are facts to that effect.
That Labour Party. Why wasn't Labour Party sworn in? Governor Mba won the election, was returned by INEC. Why wasn't Labour Party sworn in? If you said he won the election. For the sake of our audience, Governor Mba won that election. I just have to state that, yes, and of the PDP.
Okay, no. If you ask me why Labour Party was not sworn in, that means you are trying to ask me to give my facts. And then you shouldn't conclude for me. Allow me to now give my facts, then you can now conclude.
Give your facts.
Now, in that election, yes, on that election, the returning officer was not allowed to announce the result in Enugu. The matter was taken to INEC headquarters. And it took several days for INEC to take a decision on the matter. If the results were clean and clear and transparent, there was no need, there is nowhere where the returning officer of the state should go to INEC headquarters, look at the figures again before he will now come and announce the result. That is a red flag to show you.
You saw that. That was PDP chieftain Umar Sani, former SA media to former Vice President Namadi Sambo, Jonathan's deputy. And there are two major things to take from what he said there in that video. Number one is what I've been saying since. The fact that Peter Mbah defected and that Due Ediri of Bayelsa has defected and that many more governors and lawmakers will defect is not really something to panic about. It is in the context of the elections that they have been holding in the past, or should I say in the context of rigging, that this thing matters. And if it is rigging that is going to determine what happens in 2027, then there is no point of anybody even wasting their time. There is no point of any member of the opposition contesting, because they cannot outrig the APC. So this defection is only effective if rigging is going to be the order of the day, because the people in those states that governors are defecting from are anti-APC. So all these defections don't matter. They will only matter if rigging becomes the order of the day. Then secondly, it is still tied to this first point. He said Labour Party won the gubernatorial election in Enugu State. And that tells you how rigging changes everything. How manipulation changes the entire narrative. That is why it is important that the people, the members of the opposition, if they are serious, their major focus should be on having a process that is credible. Because outside a credible process, everything is just a joke. It's going to be a total joke. Once the process is not credible, the APC will just stroll back in 2027. And of course, every member of the obedient family have a right to be extremely proud of what that movement achieved in 2023. And then let nobody make us feel as if the voice of Nigerians does not mean anything. It does. The obedient movement won in several places. It was a tsunami. But because of rigging, because of manipulation, the results were not announced in their favor. If Nigerians are able to ensure credibility in the process, people will be shocked at what will happen in 2027. But if it is rigging as usual, then the status quo will maintain. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that one coming out of Kwara State. The emir of Kwara State shocked Nigerians on this one. And next is that big one coming from a mayor of the United States. This guy completely rubbished the Tinubu administration, disgraced Tinubu, disgraced Nigeria as a whole. And it was so embarrassing to hear him utter those words. Let's start by taking that update from Kwara State. Look at how the papers reported it. Residents clash with Kwara Emir's palace guards over attempted arrest of vigilante who spoke against banditry. Tension erupted in Puta community under the Lafiagi Emirate in the Edu local government area of Kwara State after residents resisted an attempt to arrest a local vigilante. The palace guards allegedly sent by Emir of Lafiagi, Alhaji Muhammad Kudu Kawu, were said to have targeted Umar Zitu, popularly known as Mamaki Sai Soko. Mamaki had urged the traditional ruler to call on Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak to take decisive action against rising banditry and kidnappings in Kwara North. A source told Sahara reporters that the confrontation began in the early hours of Wednesday when the guards stormed Mamaki's residence in Puta. They attempted to whisk him away, but their move was met with strong resistance from residents who mobilized in large numbers to prevent what they described as an unjust and intimidating act. The standoff reportedly lasted several hours before the guards were forced to retreat without making any arrests. Before the incident, Mamaki Sai Soko had in a Facebook post urged local vigilante groups in the region not to relent in their fight against banditry despite inadequate financial support. He commended their courage and sacrifice, describing their efforts as a duty to protect their families and communities. And because he said this, the emir sent people to come and arrest him. The other day, they were protesting beside the palace of the Emir of Ilorin, and Emir dispersed them. He called security agents to come and disperse people who were protesting against banditry. Do you know that the emirs of Kwara State are Fulani men? This Lafiagi, the emir there is a Fulani man. The emir of Ilorin is a Fulani man. So when they see that the people are making concerted efforts to tackle the banditry, to defeat the Fulanis, the emirs will begin to resist them. And all these things are happening right in front of the Southwest governors, and they are seeing it. If you are from the Southwest, a citizen of the Southwest, and you are watching this video, we cannot hide the truth from you. This is what your political elites are doing. They have sold your region out to these terrorists. You people should do all you can to get the APC out of power everywhere in the Southwest. If you don't, the Southwest is going to be there for the taking, for the Fulanis, in just few years to come. Look at what is happening in Kwara State, just minutes away. Kwara State is, in some cases, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from the heart of some Southwest states. And the Fulanis have almost taken over. For Southwest Nigeria, a word is enough for the wise. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from a mayor of the United States began making the rounds. It is actually a video, and this mayor said something that hit Nigerians hard. He said, Nigerians don't want us to talk about the happenings in Nigeria, particularly the genocide in Nigeria. You want to tell the US to mind their business. He said, but you want money from the US. You don't want us to interfere in Nigeria matters, but you want our money. What a shame. See the video.
I don't understand why a nation that's as mineral rich and growing as Nigeria has to go and beg from Uncle Sam for help serving their own people. Nigerians have plenty of resources to help these people get back, or at least get something where they can have stability and a life. Now they're denied, they're ground down, they're called criminals, they're called vagrants. Their homes are bulldozed with no warning. It's a horrific life that these people are living. And nobody's here. I mean, why should it be? You don't want America to come here and say anything about terrorism, but you want their money? That doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
You heard that. Now, that was Mike Arnold, Republican mayor of U.S. city of Blanco in Texas. Before I say what I feel about everything in this video, let's take some of the tweet reactions. Let's look at how other Nigerians feel about this. This tweet here by Mannequin says, you don't want America to talk about terrorist operations invading villages and occupying their homes, and you want their money. Who does that? And this tweet here says, if there was no perpetual genocide against Christians in Nigeria by sects, the international community wouldn't have any reason to interfere with our business. Just think of how many Christian families these terrorists have killed and made homeless over the years. And Santos says, don't let anyone gaslight you. Nigerians need American food in this country urgently. There is nothing that they will do that our present political class is not doing to you already by 1000%. The fact is that Nigeria urgently needs exogenous push for a reset. Now, almost everybody, in fact, everybody that has commented on this video has made point. Some people say, why should somebody, a mayor, come all the way from Texas to come and tell us what to do in Nigeria? Yes, we can say you have a point. But then we will ask you, we that are in Nigeria, are we satisfied with the situation of this country? Can you honestly say that this is how you want a country to go? Can you honestly say that with this path that Nigeria is on, there is sustainability, there is a future for this country? For me, clearly there is no future, and we need all the help that we can get. Then some have said, well, if you don't want America to interfere in your matters, then stop begging them for money, which is the most valid point from this video. And the Speaker, Mark Arnold, stressed that you cannot be running to a man every day to give you money to run your home. Then when you start maltreating your children, you say the man should not have an opinion. It does not add up. And that is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. Look at the state of the country. Look at all the monies you've taken. Yet soldiers are complaining that they don't have enough weapons. Yet people are complaining that when they call soldiers, soldiers don't turn up to help them during terrorist attacks. So when they say it is a genocide, please analyze it before you complain. I have never used the word genocide on this channel before these people started using it, because I know very well that Muslims are also being killed in this matter. But when a claim is made, properly analyze that claim before you conclude there is an attack on your religion or whatnot, because this is how many Muslims are seeing it, and that is not the way to see it. I am a Christian. If you tell me today that Muslims are being targeted in Nigeria, I will tell you who are the people targeting them. Please try and find those people so that you can stop that act. Not for me to jump in defense of Christianity immediately. That's not the way to go. And then for the government, what are you saying? Bayo Ononuga is coming out to condemn this mayor, Sunday Dare. All of them are saying, why is he prognosing? Please stop collecting money from the US. Stop collecting money from World Bank, institutions that are funded heavily by the United States. After all, Peter Obi said it. He said we have what it takes in this country to be great on our own without even having to borrow. Yes, we have removed subsidy. And you people said that subsidy was the reason why we didn't have enough money to run the government. We have removed subsidy. We have greatly increased taxes. And the people cannot feel a single impact of all these increments. And then you are telling countries that you are borrowing from every AK market day not to interfere in your business. No, you can't say that. And that is why this mayor came down heavily, disgracing the Tinubu administration, disgracing Nigeria as a whole. In other words, he was saying, shut up. You don't want us to talk, but you beg from us every time. This is how we have completely made a mess of ourselves in the international community, and that is why nobody has respect for Nigerians. If Nigerians want to have a country that will be respected, if we want to have a country that we can be proud of, hell, if we want to have a country at all in the near future, we must come together, cast our sentiments aside, and get the APC out of power. But until then, make I still enter town, make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.